I'm gonna build with y'all real quick on chopping. It doesn't matter what device you have. Once you understand this formula, you're gonna be able to you're gonna be able to understand beats and bars. You're gonna be able to get this right. Let me let me turn this down. So look, all I gotta do, man. All you gotta do is just listen and just pay attention. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm gonna show you some shit, man. I'm gonna. This is my tutorials are for up and coming beat makers and pro- beat makers slash producers. If you want your chops to be on the money, you gotta get your loop right first. So you got a 2 bar loop. Make sure that shit loop first before you get to chopping. This is just a loop chop game. You get a loop, you can chop within the loop in different beats and bars and all that. The key is to get the loop perfect or somewhat perfect. So we got this. I'm gonna turn the loop off. This is what we get. I want you to listen. It's a 4 bar loop. It's not gonna loop, it's gonna cut off. Listen to it. So it cuts off, right? How did I know that was 4 bars? Because I'm counting. Look. Then back over. So I'm going, these are beats. Beat one, beat two, beat three, beat four. That's a bar. So now I'm going to turn the loop on. I'm going to turn the loop on and listen to how it loops. So you heard the loop, right? So now we're going to go into the next chop, which is, let me get it right. The next chop is this. We're going to turn the loop off. We don't want the loop on. Just the next chop. So I don't chop like a whole 16 bars or 8 bars. I do fours or twos. So I do four. So I can't when I played this frequency, I was counting out from where I wanted to start at and from where I wanted to end at. And I looped that. So here's the next part of this sequence of this song. Listen to the groove. So it cuts off, right? I always leave a little on the end of my loop, just a little bit, because I can adjust it. But it's kind of cool. So now I'm gonna turn the loop on and watch how it sounds when it loops. I'm just gonna hold this pad down, watch it loop. You hear how it looped? So you saying, okay, I follow you on that. If you ain't following this, you need to study looping, man. Let's go back to the original. Let me find it. So let me. I'm breaking this shit down for you, man. That was a 4 bar loop. Let's just go to our endpoint of our loop. We're going to go to the end of our loop. Get your loop right first. Get your loop right. If you get your loop right, when you chop, it's going to all be perfect. It's going to be beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4, one loop, one bar. Beat 5, 6, 7, 8, and so forth. So I'm going to turn it all the way down. I got my loop all the way down. There's no loop. This is my loop. Nothing, right? Now I'm going to start turning. I'm going to fine tune it though. I don't want it too much. I want it a little bit. So I'm just going to turn it like 3 knots. Is that a beat? No, look. That's probably like that's probably like 0.7, 0.65 a beat. And I'm just gonna keep turning this, and I'm gonna hold this pad down. I'm gonna keep turning the knob to see if I can get it to loop to a beat. So if you're a DJ Premier, that's what you probably would chop that 8-bar loop to beats, and you'll get 32 fucking chops in mathematics on an 8-bar loop. You're gonna get 32. That's 1, 2, all up to 8 bars. So you remember, in 1 bar, there's 4 beats. So you just gotta do the math. I gotta say it again. Get your fucking loop right. Then you can chop to this formula. So now I'm just gonna hold this down. Then now I'm gonna go 2 beats. This is 1 beat. It ain't perfect, but it's okay. 1 beat. Now we're gonna hold it down, and we're gonna move the end loop. We're looping. Watch when I hold this down and I start moving the end loop. Here we go. I want 2 beats though. So I'm counting 1, 2. I'm not going 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going 1, 2. I'm doing beats. Too early, so let's get it right. We're gonna catch it. That's 2 beats. Look. 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 Let me count. 1, 2. No, that's a bar. That's a bar. That's 4 beats in there, so we gotta count. So I went from 1 bar, so let me do half of that, and then I can get 2 beats. Let's see how it loops. Let me go ahead and get I'm gonna fine tune it a little bit more, right? Let me fine tune it just a little bit more. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I'm gonna start turning it back. that's 2 beats. Look. That's 2 beats, right? That's a 2-beat loop. 2 beats, not a bar. Beats. So let's just keep moving down. Now we're gonna get a bar. All I'm gonna do is just adjust my loop. And while I'm doing it, I want you to listen to it. Sometimes you might not want to fucking do 2 beats. You might want to do 2.5 beats. You just gotta listen to the loop. And you can chop that like perfect. And when you play your pad, you can go boom, 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 like playing in beats instead of bar, instead of holding it down. Dun, 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 dun. You gonna have to listen. You just can hold it down and just listen to how it loops, cause you got your beginning right and it's a 4-bar loop. But watch when I hold this down, I keep moving in increments or double increments or triple increments. I'm just going to keep moving my endpoint. I'm going to adjust my endpoint and listen to the loop. This is 2 beats. So I'm gonna come back to get it to loop 3 beats. I don't normally loop fucking 3 beats, but I'm just showing you the formula. That's 3 beats. Let's take it down some more. I'm gonna hold it down and I'm gonna do 4 beats, which is gonna be a bar. Let's count it out. That's a bar, man. So inside of that bar, there's 4 beats. I could just make them in 4s and then play the pads like that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. I'm just showing this formula. So let's go to 2 bars. Matter of fact, we're just going to keep holding down and we're at 1 bar and we're just going to keep turning the M loop. We're in the loop mode. I'm just going to listen and see how it loops. So that's really, I'm playing chop. I'm doubling. Look. I'm going to keep turning. I want you to listen to the loop. So that dun dun is the way I played the chops. if I had these chops in four in a 2 bar loop, but it's doing it manually for me in a loop. So I would just resample that. That would be my groove. This would be my groove. That dun dun. That's the turnaround. But that's 2 beats. 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6.25 beats right there. 6.25 beat loop. So we count it out. No, that's 6 point. No, that's 6 beats. Point. I don't know. 25. It's like a fraction of a beat. In a beat, it goes one Anna, one Anna, one Anna. That's a beat. One Anna, two, one Anna, two, one Anna, one. Look. Let me get it right. Look. So it's so that's not like a 4/4 time signature. That's a that's like a 4/3 time signature. You're like, what the fuck is that? Uh, the time signature is nothing but whenever you count, once it loops, wherever you stop counting that, that's your signature. So if it was a 6/6 or a 6/8 or 4/12, whatever fuck fits your boat. I'm just showing you in chop mode. You can make your beats do something completely different than what we always normally do. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the chop. One, pad. To say this on this pad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bar. Back to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to 1. But what if I went 1 Anna, 2. Look, 1 Anna, 2 Anna, 1 Anna, 2. I'm not going to get the 1, 2. I'm going to get the 1. This is going to be the Anna instead of the 2. 1 and look, 1 Anna, 2, 1 Anna, 2 Anna, 3 Anna, 4 Anna, 1. It's different. So I'm just going to keep playing. I'm just going to keep playing the loop. So hopefully you can catch what I'm doing. So that's at 2 bars. No, that's at 2 point. No, that's 6 beats. So that's 1 bar and 2 beats. So I'm just gonna keep playing it. What I like, whatever I like, I'm gonna resample that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna show you what I would resample. Let's count it out. It's 2 bars. So 2 bars is really 8 beats. That's strictly 2 bars. 2 bars equal 8 beats. So it's when you see me do this, 1 beat, 2 beats, 3 beats, 4 beats. That's one. That's 4 beats. 5 beats, 6 beats, 7 beats, 8 beats. I don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't do that. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. So let's count it out. Just listen to the music, man. All right, so let's just do so y'all got that, right? Let's just take this all the way back to 4 bars. Let me adjust my shit so I can get all the way back to the end quicker. Okay, that's not working. Turn the loop off. We're gonna turn it back on. Let's get to the end. Shorten it out so we can get it back there quicker. Right? You see how that shit moving back quicker? You're getting to the end. Now watch, it's gonna loop perfect. You see? I just had to break. I just wanted the 4 bar loop. I broke it down to show you there's beats in a bar, and you can do what you want with it. So if I went to the next chop, I could do the exact same shit. But why would I do that? Because I want to show you all that. I want you to know that here's the next 4 bars of that album. So what if I find something in here that I can just loop? I could just loop like real quick. What if I just say fuck? I'm gonna do. Turn the loop on. There's nothing, right? This is the second part of my loop, right? I hold it down, take it back down to 0 to get nothing. I'm gonna hold this down and watch when I start moving this dial. So if you ask us how many bars is that? How many beats is that? That's 2 fucking beats. And I'm just gonna keep skimming through it so you can hear what the loop is gonna actually sound like when I start skimming and turning this dial like this. As I move this dial, I'm moving in like increments. I'm probably like moving like a +8 semitones. And I'm just gonna keep turning, I'm gonna listen. And once I find something that was off, I'm gonna fine tune it by dialing back on my shift arrow button here. So I'm gonna listen. dope, man. It's endless. I'm gonna keep dialing forward though. You know what that would sound like in a beat? That's like 2.3 beats. We count. 4. That's 6 beats and a quarter. And I'm gonna keep turning. You see how these loops are perfect? These motherfuckers is on money, man. And they not like one bar and there's just half a beats and there's like 4 beats and a quarter. Like if you go on from 4 beats and you go 2.01, 0.202 up to 03, 05. So you got 2.05 is 2 beats, 0.05 of a fraction of that beat. Because I haven't reached 3 yet. So if I had 2.50, that will be 2.5 of a beat. If I had 2.3, that will be no. If I had no, I'm sorry. If I had 2.175, that will be almost another. That will be 2 and 1.75 of a beat. If I wanted to match up to be 3 beats, it would be 3.0. No, 0.30 of a beat. But that's not, you don't have to worry about that. Just keep turning your knob, man, and let's just listen to the loop. Once you find a loop, resample it and get that done. If you don't have a resampling mechanism on your device, plug up. If you got 2 devices, plug that. You got a computer and this. Play this right here. Dump that shit in your computer, and then dump it back into this and keep moving. Look. So I'll take that. If I ain't got no resampling on my device, I'm gonna take that, dump that shit in the computer, and then dump it back into another pad, and then I'm gonna keep moving. Now, you hear how perfect that loop is? Look. When you see my hand go like that, that's gonna be that's when the loop come in at. It's gonna start here. Hold on, I fucked up. till you hear it. So let's just keep looping. Keep turning the dial. Man, this is dope, man. I can go for days just listening to loops. Resampling them loops and playing them in some chops and make this shit go bananas. Other than the chop mechanism that we normally use. I'm giving you different game, man. So let's just keep moving along. Just listen to the loop. So what if I say fuck that? I like this part right here. Let's just go to the beginning of this loop. Let's go to the beginning of this loop. And we're gonna loop this. Just hypothetically saying this is what we want to do. Hypothetically, this is what we want to do. All right? I'm just gonna turn that beginning up. But it's not moving fast enough for me, so I gotta move over to here. All right? Hold on, let me get it right. So say I wanna loop just this part right here at the end. Look. So why you know why it's not looping? Because my start point is not equaling that. So I'll just make my start point equal up to my loop. And then I'll see what I come up with. Right? Let me go to my start point. Hold on. My start point is here, right? So hypothetically, I want that loop right there where that dark spot at. I want that to be my loop. I'm just gonna hold it down. I'm gonna keep moving. You see how I move? If you move your loop up, you gotta move your start up to make it loop. Not it's gonna start back at the beginning. So let me go back to where I had it at. So I can move on to the next part of this loop shit, this loop game, right? So we're gonna come back to the beginning. We're gonna make our loop be where it was at, and we're gonna go to our end, and we're gonna tie that in to the end so we can get that perfect loop that I had, 4 bars. So you hit a little off piece. Why is it off? I know why it's off. Because my start loop is off. It's not on. It's not on 0. And then the end ain't right. So let's get the end point loop right. I think I was off right there. Hold up. All right, so that's. I hope that makes sense. I got to do something else. So since I'm already here, I'm just going to do it. So these 2 pads here, these 2 pads. So here's the original outside of loop mode. When I actually play the pads, this is what the loop sounds like. For that chop, and then this one. All right, but these next 2, this and this is this and this. I just copied it. So I'm gonna make this sound right here have a low pass filter. So when I play my sequence, when it goes from a high to a low, I get this. Put on low pass filter, and then I'm gonna turn down my filter all the way. I'm just gonna play the loop. It's not a loop. I'm just gonna play this pad. So I turn it up. So that'd be my low pass loop. Put a little resin on it. Change up the filter. It's what you can do with it, man. I'm gonna put a low pass on it because that's what I was feeling. So I'm gonna do a low pass, 2 pole, turn this up a little bit. Turn down a little bit more, like the 35, maybe 25, maybe 20. Turn up the resonance. So that will be my loop on the low pass. Boom, boom, boom. And then I'll take this one and do the same thing. Put that on the 2 pole and turn this down to 20. 2021. 2021. And then back to the high. I'm playing the same thing in like one bar. Look. And that's it, man. That's all I got. Peace. I hope that made sense, man. I kind of was trying to break down the loop, trying to get y'all to understand this knowledge for new up and coming producers. If you get your loop right first, even if it's just a fucking one chop, man, and it go bam bam da da, get that loop to go bam bam da bam 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 da da bam bam da da bam bam da da bam bam. I don't give a fuck if you hear it in your head. Get it to loop. If it loop, bam, bam, da, bam, 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 instead of going bam, bam, da, da, bam, bam, da, it's earlier. Bam, bam, da, bam, 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 da, bam, 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 da, bam, 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 da. Get that. So I could take that loop and go bam, bam, da, bam, 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 da. That's 4 chops versus 1 chop. Bam, bam, da, bam, bam. Bum ba da da bum bum ba da da bum ba da da bum ba da da. And I can go bum bum ba da da bum ba da, and I can chop them in the fours and go and play the pads like that instead of holding. I hope that makes sense. Peace. I got to bounce, man. The Beat Adikt God. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the process of the knowledge that I'm building with y'all on. I got another quick question. Do you like when I go live, raw, uncut, or do you like when I script my shit? Peace.